guys, I hope y'all having a good day. Another kind of serious video. I'm gonna talk about another kind of animal cruelty. Today we're gonna talk about chickens. Some of the stuff I'm gonna say is like really rough to hear, so keep that in mind. Okay, so I looked up a few websites to get more insight and to present y'all with proof of what I'm saying by very educated people. So the first one I came along is called it's basically just about chickens, and it's from the World Animal Protection, and it's by John T. Whittleton. Yeah, so basically in this I can't speak. In this article, he talks about how he starts off by telling us that our brains are hardwired to prioritize stories over scale, which I thought was really important to start off this video with. A lot of people are prone to seeing a really sad story and being like, oh, that's what I want to pay attention to, instead of being like, this really big thing is happening, why not pay attention to that? And so this is one of those things where this is everywhere. This is everyone. Every single person in the world is contributing to this abuse. And it's just mind-boggling how people don't know what's happening. Okay, so he starts off by saying that the chickens are genetically tuned to max and weight, which basically just means that they pump a bunch of proteins in these chickens to where and their bodies are way too big enough to where their legs can't even hold them. They're just a mass of just chicken. There's no they're not proportioned at all. It's just this big chicken breasts and a big chicken, and then their little bitty legs and their little heads. There's no humanity in it at all. They suffer from painful lameness, skin lesions, leg fractures, breathing difficulties, and heart failure. That's rough. They only live to about 40 days old. And these are just normal caged chickens that they slaughter and just eat. I'm gonna talk about battery chickens later, which are hens that lay eggs. They only live to 40 days old. And this was really shocking, that the US consumers eat 90 pounds of chicken a year. Not over your life, but a year. 90 pounds. I'm not saying get rid of all the chicken that you eat, but 90 pounds of chicken a year is a lot. It's a lot. They're given these little bitty spaces to live in. Basically, everyone's been driving on a road and they see the chicken truck, and it's really sad, and they've got all of these chickens packed in these little bitty things and these little bitty trucks, and then they put them in these dark cages, these really dark big rooms, and their legs break so they can't move, so they have to put these little things in their face so they can eat. That's no way to live. Sorry, but that's just messed up. The other thing, I found another thing about battery chickens, and I had no idea what a battery chicken was before. I didn't know that the hens that lay eggs were called battery chickens, but they are. And this, and I'll put the links below, but this was from the Humane Society of the United States, And it talks about just like it like compares and contrasts like cage-free chickens with battery chickens. So battery chickens is like a battery cage is what they're talking about, and battery cages are 67 inches of like 67 square inches like per chicken, which they describe as like smaller than a letter-sized piece of paper. For your whole life, that's what you have to live in. Granted, they're small animals, but that's not even enough space for you to walk in. And then it says this quote, and it's by the Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Conrad Lorenzo. He says the worst torture to which a battery hen is exposed is the inability to retire somewhere for the laying act. For the person who knows something about animals, it is truly heartrending to watch how a chicken tries and again to crawl beneath her fellow cage mates to search there in vain for cover. The difference between a battery hen and a cage-free hen is a lot different. But that cage-free doesn't necessarily mean cruelty-free. They have better lives, but their beaks are still burned, and they also like they're still slaughtered within 2 years of them being hatched. And they both kill their males, which is like usually about 200 million a year. 200 million a year male chickens that are hatched are that are slaughtered within a year. So the cage-free hens are able to walk. Just walk. Simply walk. They can just walk. They can spread their wings. They can lay eggs in their nests. The battery hens are not able to do any of that. So that's what you're supporting when you go out and you buy chicken, KFC or from Popeyes or from the grocery store, anything Tyson. That's what you're getting. So, like I said, I'm not asking you to get rid of all of the meat that you eat, but that's the purpose of what we're doing, is to just decrease that number of animals that have to endure that daily. And yeah, I'm just one person, and Haley's just one person, but there's a lot more of us, and eventually we're gonna make an impact. So share this video with your friends and subscribe and like and tell us some more of what you want to hear. Thank you for watching. Thanks. Bye.